Hey everyone, my name is Leah Pearson. Welcome to Tuesday Night Team Call. I'm an Emerald Ambassador. I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight. I've been camping this week. I love the flexibility of our business, even in busy summers. Tonight I want to talk to you about something that's really important for your business and can really just change the trajectory of your Plexus journey, and that is duplication. I found a definition of duplication that I really liked, and I think you could say this a lot of different ways, but I thought it simply put it. Duplication is when systems, habits, and mindsets that you use to build your Plexus business are so simple, clear, and repeatable that your team can confidently copy them and teach them to others. How good is that? Isn't that good? So here's the truth. You can work hard in this business. You can enroll customers, you can share daily, you can host events, do the things that you know to do and still not see the growth that maybe you're wanting to see. You might stay right at that same paycheck, at that same rank, and kind of wondering like, okay, why is this not growing? What's going on here? And really, it almost always comes back to a lack of duplication. Because when you're the only one that is doing the work, when you're the only one that's recruiting, when you're the only one posting and following up, you can kind of feel like you're on a hamster wheel sometimes, right? And of course, there can be a lot of other factors to that as well, but duplication is probably a big piece of this. You can definitely reach a certain level of success with just you, and it depends on your goals, what you want here. But really what sets network marketing apart and what offers the freedom and the uncapped income that we talk about so often, I think you hear those words a lot, what offers that, it cannot be achieved by your own efforts. Duplication is really what changes everything. So why? Duplication creates more movement, more people rowing together, and most of all, more leaders. And leaders who develop leaders, that is what builds a legacy business. That's where you're going to find that time freedom that we're talking about, both the time freedom and the financial freedom. So I wanted to talk about this now because I think that Icon Club being just launched, I'm thinking about like, what can I host a training on when we're listening to Eric Worre right now, like every single week? Like, what else can I say, but just kind of trying to tie it in with everything we've got going on. Icon Club being launched is huge, I think, because Plexus has given us a springboard and really just like a clear and exciting path to really start building duplication. So when I look at Icon Club, like if I zoom out and think about it, yes, it's super fun. Like the recognition is fun, the perks are fun, but really the whole point of it is it's helping you focus on the right activities, the ones that are building momentum, depth, and stability in your organization. Who would like to have a stable diamond paycheck with all the perks that come with it? Right here. The trips, the car stipend, the paycheck, all of it, right? Icon Club is really like a stepping stone towards that long-term growth. So it's a great way to practice duplication in a really simple, doable way by helping some other people rank up, developing confidence in yourself and also them, and just beginning to lead or lead again. So tonight I want you to lean in because this isn't just about hitting a new rank or earning the title of icon. It's really just about building a business that can run without you someday if you choose. Like it's about the freedom that we talk about. So I wanted to start out by doing kind of a generalized breakdown of your business, like where you're at, what's maybe kind of common at each pay level, and maybe like some pitfalls that could be happening there as well. And then hearing as well, I thought it'd be helpful, like if you could hear where there's duplication at based on that pay level, what that paycheck looks like, because I thought that would be helpful to just kind of give you some perspective on what needs to happen if you have goals and you want to get to the next level in your business. And then once you get to that next level, what's possible for you and what's to come. So these stages kind of build on each other, and I'll kind of explain that as we go here. But let's say your monthly income is like $0 to $300 a month, like somewhere in that range. You're just kind of at the beginning stages of this business. You're learning how to show up and work. You're figuring things out. You're probably feeling helpful because you're like, I'm serving other people. You're enrolling customers. You're talking about the products, like the health side of things. And you're probably starting to think like, I can do this. I think I can do this. But maybe you're having like some fear too, like fear of the unknown. You probably have not made that all-in decision yet. There's not duplication happening at this level. This is just kind of like brand new thing going on here. Your income is really like the that what is producing your income is new sales. So like those business building bonuses coming in, that's when you like sign somebody up, you get that bonus. So that's where your income is coming from. Now, if you are making, and this is kind of generalized again, but if you're making like $400 to like $1,000 a month, if you're gold-ish, you are signing up new customers more consistently at this point. But you are probably consuming info, but not fully taking action yet in your business. And if you've been doing this for a while, you might be kind of like I am taking action. We'll get to that more in a minute, but you probably are not truly inspiring your audience yet. And it's not that you need to accomplish a certain level of success in order to be inspiring people. Inspiring actually is a set of skills that you can learn and start doing now. You don't have to accomplish anything in order to inspire. But that's something that, yeah, we can talk about more. And then you're probably not sharing the business or not following up about the business after that initial contact. You might talk to some people about it, but you don't do a follow-up process. So you're growing width, which is a blessing that our business can be as wide as we want it to be. Like that is great, but you aren't growing depth. We need width and depth for stability, especially, or essentially this means that you maybe have developed some silvers or maybe even a senior silver or two, but you're not like truly duplicating. And at this level, imposter syndrome can sneak in, like, who am I to lead? I'm not qualified to lead or to coach anybody. I don't know enough about the business to effectively share about it yet. I haven't been successful enough yet to share about the business opportunity. And all of that is just kind of keeping you from sharing the business opportunity boldly, like you should. A lot of people also get stuck at this level because of like an employee mindset versus the mindset of a business owner and like taking ownership. So employee mindset means trading those hours for dollars. Business ownership is more about zooming out, big picture vision, understanding the investment up front and the vision of scalability, which we have here. So to get to the next level, you really need to squash that imposter syndrome and those negative thoughts that I just listed, share about the business opportunity boldly, and you need to think like a business owner and take ownership and learn how to inspire people. So some action steps if you're wanting to get to the next level from here, you, I would say ask your sponsor, but also ask ChatGPT, how do you become inspiring in your network marketing business? Some really good tips there. Check that out. You'll get some good practical ideas. Also make sure that you're posting to add value, that you're leading yourself first. Lead with the business with your reach outs and consistently follow up about it to drip the exposure. I love that phrase, drip the exposure, because when water drips on a rock, it can create more impact by dripping because it can cut through that rock as opposed to just one gush of water. And the same is true with sharing about Plexus. If you're just trying to vomit on people, that's not as effective as if you're dripping quality information and educating. That is super powerful, including with the business opportunity. Other action steps to go to the next level: make a decision to go all in with network marketing, build your belief about it. Decide once and for all that you're going to figure out this duplication thing, because that's what's going to take you to the next level here, because that's what's going to push you over the edge and really make your paycheck grow. So again, like I said, these stages kind of build on each other. So that last stage that I just talked about, that $400 to $1,000 range per month, you're signing up new customers consistently, but not consistently onboarding new business builders. You're growing width, but not that depth quite yet. Your income is really coming from customers at this point. So business building bonuses from new sales, and then a bit of residual income from repeat customers if you had good customer care and retention. Next level, if you're making like $1,000 to $4,000 a month, Ruby-ish, senior Ruby, you're doing everything that I previously stated, like you're signing up those customers consistently, but now also you're getting a bit more duplication. It's not like proliferating through multiple levels. It's usually just kind of like level one duplication happening. So a pitfall is maybe not actually creating business builders or business builders under business builders. You might be creating followers, but not leaders who are taking full ownership. So downfalls here, you're probably answering everyone's questions. You're holding hands and not empowering people to take ownership as much. Maybe your systems are not simple, so they're hard to duplicate. You haven't casted a big vision of why building matters or the big picture of what's possible, and people are just waiting for you to do things for them. So start duplicate. You've started duplicating, but you're not really strongly duplicating yet. Most of your income source at this point, we've got customers still, but then you are getting some income from like level one ambassadors working within your organization as well. This is where it starts getting fun. So $4,000 to about $10,000 to $20,000. That sounds great, doesn't it? You're starting to see duplication with many working ambassadors in your downline levels 1 through 3. So the difference between being someone who makes like that 1,000 to 4,000 a month versus 4,000 to like 20,000 a month is duplication in deeper levels. That is the power of duplication. So you begin to see great growth in your paychecks. This is usually like the rank of jewel for Plexus. And this is a level that is so exciting. You're hitting Emerald and beyond, and you're starting to see the benefits of profit sharing from the company. I remember my first Emerald paycheck was double that of any of my other paychecks, and I was like, what? Amazing. You get a paid for car, you get extra incentive trips for top earners. This group of people is headed to Alaska here in a couple months. Super, super fun stuff. Who would like a $20,000 a month paycheck? I mean, seriously. What jewel perk are you most excited about? Drop that in the chat. I would love to hear that. Here you have business builders at multiple levels. It is fulfilling. This is a fun, fun stage. But it still is not time to take your foot off the gas, because it's important that you are developing your people into leaders and have that true duplication and work towards the freedom that we talk about. So a pitfall here, you must develop leaders in your downline, not just followers. It can be tempting at this level, like when you're starting to, see these fun things coming in, the increase of paycheck, all the things. It may be tempting to stay in your comfort zone of selling, posting, repeat, managing your current people, and then not consistently recruiting or bringing in new leaders still. So that can be a pitfall. And this is why Icon Club is so important, even for people at the jewel level, because you need to be consistently bringing in new leaders and having new duplication, even as a jewel, to continue working towards stability. So here, kind of depending on where you're at in this range, I know this is a big income range and can cover, Emerald all the way to Diamond, right? 50% of your income is coming from your effort, and 50% is probably coming from your team's effort through duplication. Once you get to Star Diamond, which can be like 20,000 a month to 40,000+ a month, we have some amazing leaders that we know at this level. Some of them are on this call that are really, really close. Like 95% of your income is coming from your team effort at that point, which is true residual income. And that comes from the upfront effort of developing true leaders who are developing leaders. That income is coming because they got in the trenches with their people and created strong duplication, and years later are reaping the rewards of that. So these people are leaders of leaders. They have freedom, stability in their organization, and really this is like the ultimate goal, the epitome of duplication. And that might seem far away or out of reach, but I really want to encourage you to get there. It starts with like Icon Club. That will get you started and headed in the right direction. Making Icon Club a standard for yourself and then bringing others along with you, that's really how you build to Star Diamond. Because to be a leader of leaders, you must learn to duplicate yourself and then build icon after icon after icon and have a whole team with a ripple effect of icon. So again, not just a wide business, but deep too. So to achieve Star Diamond, you have to have several jewel legs on your team, like individual jewels, and that is stability, that is freedom, that's the goal. So that's kind of like a taste of what is going on here and what's possible and kind of what's going on at each level. To get more duplication in your organization, duplication is the lifeblood of long-term success in network marketing. With it, there's momentum and income multiplying. Did you see the multiplication of income as I talked? Hopefully you saw that. So if you look at the $300 a month versus the $40,000 per month, the difference is a duplication of leaders. Without duplication, network marketing is just kind of like another job. You're trading hours for dollars, kind of like a 9 to 5 if you're the only one recruiting, right? You saw that in the $0 to $300 range. Your income is coming from those new sales, those business building bonuses. But the magic of this model is not in you doing it all by yourself. It's in developing others to do what you do and eventually do it even better. So that's That's freedom. That's where we want to go. Duplication creates time freedom, financial freedom, builds legacy, and otherwise you're really just kind of like on hustle on repeat. So how to do this, how to have strong duplication within your organization. It's important to lead by example, number one. People will not do what you say, they'll do what you do. So if you're recruiting, showing up daily, posting boldly, and following systems, your team is more likely to do the same. Duplication starts at the top, and your consistency becomes the culture. So have enthusiasm in your work, become inspiring, like I said. And like I said, ask ChatGPT about that, talk to your sponsor about that, but live inspirationally, add value, and encourage others. Like that's how you lead from the front. Keep it simple. Number two, overcomplication kills duplication. So make sure that you're using simple onboarding processes. Ask your sponsor to audit how you're onboarding people. Go through the whole process with them. Use clear plug and play systems. Like don't reinvent the wheel. For Jamie's team, Team Flourish, we have the biz steps and guides. We have stuff right in the team page to follow. Ask your sponsor what resources you have, but be assured there's already a system in place. You do not have to come up with something new, but you might have to learn how to simply and clearly communicate it better. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you might need to learn how to simply and clearly communicate it better. Make sure you have a daily method of operation anyone can follow. So do you have like an IPA sheet? Do you know what to do each day? If not, again, lead yourself well first with consistency, and then you're going to know how to lead someone else. And simplicity is important because if someone can't do it with a kid at their feet or while cooking dinner among their life, then it's not going to duplicate. So make sure that you can keep it simple. Number three, use tools, not yourself. I struggled with this early on because I know a lot of health things off the top of my head, so I'd rattle things off. Third-party tools are so important because it shows people, I don't need to know everything to do this. It increases the confidence of new ambassadors. It makes your business feel doable. So instead of you just voice clipping it or typing it out, add and tag people in the Inspire community page on info posts and testimonies. Use Plexus videos, use scripts on boards. I have boards set up for like my new business builders. That's so important. Number four, make sure that you promote small wins and celebrate action. Duplication thrives when people feel seen and motivated. So highlight when they put up a post, when they get a first customer, when they're opening up three-way messages, when they're getting new joins, new silvers, whatever. This creates energy, and energy fuels duplication. Encouragement is like oxygen, so encourage often. Number five, train to develop leaders, not followers. So train people to own their business, not wait on you. Show them where to find answers. That way, once they get going, like we kind of handhold early on, we are helpful, right? But that way, once they get going, they can understand that they need to check three, then ask me. Encourage personal development in them. Walk them through how to teach other people, because a huge goal is you want to develop leaders under leaders. So when your brand new leader has a new person, you also need to be very involved in the development of your level 2 and 3 for strong duplication. Our team uses three-way chats for that. That's been super effective. Also empower them to host events and take the reins and find solutions themselves. Give them tools and teach them ownership. The goal is independence, not dependence on you. And this all ties into Icon Club, like I said, because it was designed to reward consistent duplication, helping other people rank up, and then just creating that leadership pipeline that we were talking about. And I really like that you have to earn and then keep earning Icon Club. Like you have to re-earn the title. Is it like next year? I don't remember the timeline of that, but that's because duplication cannot just be a one-time push. So you need to have systems and rhythms other people can plug into. And I say that because maybe you had some duplication in the past when you were going for a rank up, or you helped some teammates go senior, silver, or gold, but it's been a while. This is something that needs to be a continual thing. When was the last time that you developed a senior, silver, or a gold? Icon Club is going to be the extra push that we need to consistently do this, and I love that. Okay, overall, duplication and Icon Club are important because really at the end of the day, they're creating that legacy growth, right? Practically, some more things on like how to duplicate and just some overall thoughts for you. It's really important and cast a vision for what's possible. Okay, how? Like what does that look like? It's important to cast vision. What does that look like? Getting people on the phone, I think, is the best. I've had the most success with that. I will include a script on how to do this in the recording post. My sponsor and I did a video on it a couple years ago, I think. But the key with casting vision is really to simplify it, to talk less, and to ask more questions. You need to just take the pressure off yourself with vision casting. I think I hear that all the time, like, well, how do you cast vision? What do you say? Rather than like you putting pressure on yourself, just put your curiosity hat on and dare to ask some questions. And when I first started doing this, I literally wrote out some sample questions that I could bring up in the conversation. I just had them in front of me on a piece of paper. And a couple questions that you can start with: if you could double your money by this time next year, what would you use that extra income for? That's one. If money wasn't an issue and your calendar was wide open, what's important to you? What would your days look like? A lot of times I ask people, like, do you like your job? What about it do you like? And then try to tie into, plexus about that, whether they don't like it or they do like it, how that could fit. So those questions could be all you need, enough tools in your tool belt to start some quality conversations. Number two, learn to identify and develop leaders. So what to look for when you're identifying them in potentials. Some basic things that you can look for are consistency, or leadership in any area, like in their work. Do they work out? Do they lead in their church? Do they have structure in their home? Are they a good parent? In customers, same kind of thing, like all those things, plus gauge their interest in helping other people. Like, what's their heart? Do they have influence? If they already have a joint or two, like, just keep stepping them along, just keep them going. Maybe they like to gather people well, just kind of keep your eye out for those kinds of things. And then how to develop a leader, or just people in general. I always just say step them along, and I use a frog analogy when I'm talking to my leaders. I got that from Brooke Hemingway. And I do have a video on my YouTube channel from that too that I will put in the recording. But essentially, all that is you are trying to read them and what they are actually taking action on. Not what they verbally agree to, but what they're actually taking action on. And then continue to step them forward to do one more thing, like get them to do one more thing as they take action, and just keep them going forward. It's important for duplication to also plug people into a culture of belief and vision. So on calls and book clubs, that's huge. They need to be on right away. That needs to be a part of their journey. And the reason is it's so important that to have them on there, because it really just raises them to a new level if they're around people who are next level and who are on fire with excitement. It's just not about their personal growth. It's also that law of association. Excuse me. You also need to shift from I'm the expert, or I have to be the expert, like that pressure of you feeling like you need to take the reins and be the expert, to empower and use third-party tools, like I said before. Okay, so challenges for you, just to kind of wrap up here. Offer three-way calls, and then also an event of whatever kind, whether it's on Facebook, local, like if they're local, do an in-person event, whatever it is. Offer a three-way call and an event. This is my challenge to you, to every single new customer that you've had since the beginning of the year. How do you get people on the phone and like get them on those three-way calls? Like I said, I've got a team call training that has more details on that. But my best advice for that, with all things duplication, including like getting people on the phone, just keep the mindset that you're the one that they're trusting on this journey and you're the expert. So just normalize that this is the next step and don't make it weird. And if you don't feel like the expert, just pretend that you are, because you're being led and coached by someone who is the expert and you can trust their confidence in how they do things. So just, this is the next step, normalize it, get people on the phone. And this can include also, like, it would be good to do that with all of your customers, to check in and to be able to have an opportunity to cast vision with them, but also with potentials before they sign up. I've had great success with enrolling business builders through that process. Afterwards, like with your customers, after you get off the phone with them, offer an event, whether they're like, yeah, I want to do the business or not. Just normalize it, no matter their response. Just kind of say, our next step is, or most customers host an online wellness event to learn more about the products they're starting. And it's an opportunity to invite some close friends and family to find out more about what you're up to. Does Tuesday or Thursday work? And just like assume that they're going to say yes and use that kind of language. So go through your entire virtual office and offer those calls and events to everyone. If you're on it, if you're going to do that, drop a yes in the chat, let me know. And then kind of back to the, how do I cast a vision to duplicate? Like I feel like when we were doing group coaching, we heard that question a lot. There's all kinds of team calls and trainings on this with like exact steps on how to talk to people about the business, what to say, how to follow up, how to cast that vision. Um, like I said, I'll put that one call in the recording for you. But I will say, like, the more I thought about this, you don't need more information. Like, you need more reps. That's what I have decided for myself. I'm going to speak that over you too. You just need more practice. Remember how I said the $400 to $1,000 level, the pitfall is consuming trainings and not taking action? If you want to get to that next pay level, you have to start practicing what you're learning. You don't have to have the perfect thing to say. You just need to be excited and genuine and ask questions and have more conversations about the business. We often say it takes, 10 to 12 exposures for someone to say yes to Plexus. And I really think that it's probably on the higher end for the business opportunity. Not always, but usually, because it's a bigger step than buying supplements. Like it's just a bigger step. So make sure that you follow up and trust that it just takes time. Some really quick ways to follow up about the business: send a testimony in Messenger. Find a business testimony that's relatable. Tag them in testimony posts or Diamond Docs. Like, I tag people on Jamie's Diamond Doc on her page all the time, so that way they can see and follow her too. And I'll just put on there, this is my friend Jamie. Her story will have you in tears as you hear about her desire to stay home with her kids and God's faithfulness to bring it to pass. Can't wait for you to watch it. Or like if somebody's into farming, I'll tag them on Fallon's, or whatever. So do that. Build belief in network marketing. Like, send them information on why network marketing is amazing. Follow up about new things happening, like the Icon Club. Like, this is a great opportunity. Upcoming trips, things like that, or trips that you're on. It's good to follow up about those kinds of things. Other ways to follow up for people about the business: I actually continue to build belief with the products. So if they give me a no about the business right now, I add people into the Inspire community page and just continue to build education on the product line. And I've even gotten some people started with a sale, like, hey, now would be a great time to familiarize yourself with the product line. And then they automatically start sharing as soon as they come in. And then, of course, invite them to events. So a couple questions just to kind of wrap up and audit yourself with where to start with duplication and how to earn Icon. Just some helpful questions. And I'm not like asking these rhetorically, like I'm truly asking, and think it would be really wise for you to answer these and then talk to your sponsor about it as well. Are you consistently recruiting 3 people a month? If not, you need to start there, because you need people to work with in order to duplicate and grow. You need more people to work with. If you're recruiting one person every 6 months, it's going to be really hard to develop a silver or a senior silver. So, do you feel confident in your recruiting process? Because yes, we're talking about duplication, but you got to back up. Do you feel confident about the recruiting process? The process as far as what to send, how to follow up, how to post, all the different parts of recruiting. If not, what feels hard? Is the problem skill set, mindset, or lack of discipline? In other words, if it's skill set, you don't know what to do. If it's mindset, you're letting your mind trash get in the way of taking action. And if it's lack of discipline, it just means you're not being consistent, and you probably should track your work. So which is it? Are you consistently showing up? How long have you been consistently showing up? If you haven't been working or inconsistently working, or maybe inconsistently recruiting, it's going to take time for that consistency to show up in your results. And by results, I mean the joins coming in and then therefore the duplication as well. So it'd be important for you to start tracking now so you can see your consistency. Print out IPA sheets, master your daily method of operation. You have to have that down so that you can teach it to someone else. So lead yourself first. You need to master that to get to the next income bracket, like what we talked about before. In light of Icon and earning it before the end of August or by the end of the year, because it's not an option, you are going to earn it. You can earn it. That needs to be your goal. Yes, 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 you're going to earn it. If you haven't recruited 10 people in the last year or the last 6 months, what needs to change? Again, like, answer these, write this down. What needs to change in order for you to bring in 10 people before the end of August or before the end of the year? How does your activity need to change? Do you need to be in more conversations? If so, did you take Eric Worre's challenge this week? He's got us going, right? Does your consistency need to change? If it's a consistency factor, or if you're just getting started with working and kind of stirring things up, it might take longer to get the results that you want. You might be hitting Icon by the end of the year instead of the end of August, but don't lose heart. What you need to do is get focused and just plan on, I am going to do this. When you recruit someone, okay, that's kind of the recruiting. When you recruit someone, what kind of conversations are you having with every single new person coming in? Are you using duplication language? Are you saying things like, who would you love to have do this with you? You can do what I do. The next step is getting an event on the calendar. Are you doing those three-way calls? Are you inviting people to opportunity events, asking them to post a first post, posting when they get results? Are you following up with sharing, when they have wins as the journey goes on? Are you asking them to get on the phone again? I just asked somebody this week, probably the sixth time I've asked her to get on the phone. Because I know that she's just gonna hear Jamie's story and that's gonna be it. So I'm asking her to do some other things too, but I've been asking her to get on the phone. How often are you sharing that big picture vision? Does every single person who comes in get exposed to these things and this language? Maybe that's something that you need to track too. And it doesn't have to be fancy. Literally just have a piece of paper for every single customer, write down how you've asked them to share and just keep track of it and then keep dripping that exposure. By doing these things, what you're doing is you're opening up the door for them to share. And they might not walk through it right away, but if you open the door enough times and help them get some wins, that births duplication. They will walk through that door if you do this over and over. And again, you need to have enough people to work with. So you have to have some joins coming in, and that is what's going to start the duplication process. And duplication is what's going to start building that legacy business that you're dreaming of. So that is all I have for you. Have a great night.